Spurs was my first team, 1977. Tried out with them, went to exhibition season. Then I had a second opportunity to try out with the Kansas City Kings. Lasted a week and didn't make that team. And I thought, oh, well, back to university to finish my degree. And 6 months after, I received a call from Dr. David Atkins, who used to be a coach here at the Hobart Tassie Devils. And he called me as a director of coaching in Queensland and asked me would I be interested in coming to Australia. I thought he was talking about Austria, and I wasn't very keen. He then called me back again and said, you know, in order for this to happen, you have to make this decision by Wednesday, because Wednesday you need to be on a flight to get here by Friday. I was like, where? I ended up agreeing to come. Left home on a Wednesday morning early, left my young family at home, 2 young boys, and I took off for 5 months to come to Australia, landed in Brisbane to play in the first year of the NBL, and met my teammates in the locker room. And Geelong had offered me an opportunity to bring my family back in 1980, but they weren't in the National League. But they were hoping to use me as a draw card to get to the league. And that suited me fine. I went home and told the family we were all packing up, going to Australia, so we worked on passports and visas, and we arrived in January 1980. And the rest is history. I've been here 41 years this past February. Played, coached, represented Australia, won numerous awards for All-Star 5, MVP, the Victorian Southeastern Conference, Converse Super Challenge, played for Australia in the Hall of Fame, Coach of the Year. And my mom had a chance to bring her out here before she passed. And now I have 18 people in the family after bringing just 2. And I'm really proud of everything that we've been able to do. So the single best memory from my playing career has been in Geelong, 1984. Winning the back-to-back Victorian basketball titles as a playing coach, which everyone was saying it couldn't be done. And we were able to win those championships and put Geelong on the map as being a truly national power at that stage. The next challenge for me was to actually win a National Basketball League championship, and I returned to Brisbane to join Brian Curl, Leroy Loggins, Larry Singstock, John Dodge, Robert Sibley, all these guys who were short of a national championship and then win one. And then I guess the next one was trying to coach one, which happened for me in Perth in 1990. And unfortunately, after winning those championships, you almost have to move on because there's no further opportunities to kind of keep it going. So I looked at those 2 things as probably my best achievements and my fondest memories. I think young kids play the game selfishly, where the game is best played unselfishly. I, myself, as a leading scorer in the game, understood that at some point you're going to get double teamed, you're going to get oppositions coming at you. Well, that's where you can create opportunities for your teammates and make them enjoy playing with you. And I was able to lead the league in assists, which I was very proud of. I think the fundamentals of the ball handling, having a defensive attitude, your attitude is your altitude. I talk to the kids about having swag in your bag, you know, as an acronym. Your skill set, your work ethic, your attitude, and setting goals each year to try to add something to your game and add something to your life. That's been a real strong point in my life, just to try to do something better each year and add something to it. You know, my belief is that kids need to learn how to be ambidextrous. You know, the first thing I'll teach them, whatever you do with your left hand, you need to be able to do with your right, vice versa. And the kids that do that are the ones that enjoy the game more, because you're able to go anywhere you want to go on the basketball court and feel comfortable. So I would say that's probably the most important thing. And then, as in any fundamental, you got to start from the feet up. You know, the footwork, you know, is so important. I feel that conditioning is the next best thing. being short and being challenged, I always felt there wasn't a player in the country that could stay with me because I was conditioned to run past everybody. I put in the fitness. I worked on my skills, my ball handling. If you stayed on top of me for 3 quarters, you can guarantee the 4th quarter I'm gonna get loose. And I'm gonna make you pay. And at the end of the game, you're gonna know that you've been in a match with me because I'm gonna be looking at you like I didn't even need a breath. Yeah. And I think that's a psychological advantage you can have over teams when you prepare yourself to be the best possible player you can be. You know, it was often my clock goes off at 5 in the morning. You know, I'll have my breakfast, I'll do my stretching. I'm on a track with a stopwatch in my hand. And I'm running 60s, 100s, 200s, 400s. And I've got times. I'm running 400 in under 80 seconds. I'm running 4 of them, you know, with a minute rest in between. Then I'm running 200s under 30 seconds. And I'm 30-second break in between. So I got to jog across the other side of the field. And then I'll do it to the point where I'm about to bend over and let something out. And then I got to run a 1.5 mile run under 6 minutes. And I would swear by it, then do 100 push-ups and 200 sit-ups. And then I'm ready for my walk in the water because I never learned how to swim. So I walk in the water and just keep myself fresh that way. And then I'm gonna go put up my 100 shots and make 100 in a row free throws. And wouldn't leave the gym until I do that. And that was sort of the determination at points where I would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and my wife had to come rebound for me because I wouldn't leave the gym until I finished. So those are the kind of things that I think the dedication, the determination, the desire, the discipline, and the paying attention to detail on how you're gonna go about trying to develop those skill sets and be focused on achieving those goals kind of makes it easy work. I always stress well, for myself, but more to the younger players today, you gotta be a good teammate, you know, and I build my whole sort of idealistic terms on acronyms. And teamwork makes the dream work. You know, sometimes when you put in all the effort, you don't have to be the one to do it. You can rely on your teammates. So I relied on my team being together, so everyone's tight. Yeah, that's the T. Everyone's equal. Even though I was a leading scorer and the best free throw shooter one year and the best 3-point shooter and led the league in assists, I always felt I was equal to my teammates. Never felt I was better. But in the heat of the game, I need the ball because I'm gonna make the right decision and I might take the shot, and if I miss it, well, who cares, you know? But I prepared for that moment, and more times than not, I'll find a way to be successful. And then I always thought about being organized. Like you said, when you mentally focus, you have to be organized. And my day was such that, you know, the early start and the late night, and I had a family as well. I was the first one to bring a family to Australia. You know, my boys all involved in the sport. And that just goes to show how tight we've been through the years, and they made me grandparents, all of them now. So, and then I thought about the role I played, not so much on the court, but off the court. You know, I've took pride in not being in trouble, and I always approach it with a kindred spirit. You know, hang 5, stay alive, cut the jive, you know, and keep smiling. You know, because you're gonna deal with the adversity. It just comes with the package, you know. But you gotta learn how to handle it. And I've been through a lot of adversity, like winning championships and then you don't get the job back, and you put in for jobs that you know you qualify for and they tell you, oh, sorry, you just missed out. So I knew how tough it was for me, but if I can be that example, then it's kind of easy for them to see a pathway.